Hurt in a car? Call our sponsor, William Matar. 844-444-4444. With a focus on motor vehicle accidents, the team at William Matar has handled thousands of cases like yours. Let them help you get the money you deserve after a motor vehicle accident. Rideshare, truck, motorcycle, car, only call William Matar. 844-444-4444. Welcome back to another episode of the Sabre Report podcast. My name is Jonah.
I'm Christian.
And I'm JP.
And we've come bearing good news. The Buffalo Sabres are in a divisional playoff spot right now. They are third place in the Atlantic Division. Third place. Has that ever been a topic on this show? Within, past the first 2 months of the season?
You mean past maybe the first 2 weeks of the season?
The only time maybe they were in third place when we were able to talk was before the 13-game losing streak last season.
Mm-hmm.
I think that was it. I don't know if the 22-23 team ever touched a divisional spot past, December.
Oh, no, you're right, because they were... The game before Thanksgiving, they were in a divisional spot last year, and then they rattled off 13 losses.
And even then, I think it was another tied situation. I mean, I guess the Sabres are technically tied right now, but they have the edge and
they have
winning
games in
percentage
hand and winning and regulation
and
wins.
And regulation wins.
And head-to-head.
Yes, a lot of tiebreakers.
All the tiebreakers.
Yep. But, yeah, I mean, even the 22-23 team, they were climbing out of a prolonged losing streak for a big chunk of that season as well, so I don't think they ever got there, really. Yeah, unless it was, really, really brief.
When did the 18-19 team fall out of a divisional spot? It's probably pretty quick.
You know, I was going through that statistic of the most points by a Sabres team at the 50-game mark. I think they were out of a spot by that point, which was the end of January. So...
That's wild.
Despite being
that is a crazy collapse.
6-1 heading into December, they were already out of a divisional spot by early January, most likely. God. We've been through a lot, man. We've been through a lot.
Is it a changing of the guard?
And that's what makes it so much fun. This is a good friggin' hockey team, man. This is a good...
It's fun to watch.
Friggin' hockey team. Another 3-game winning streak. Another one. I was waiting for yesterday to go bad. I was waiting once again. Last game before podcast. They lose. And not to mention it's a matinee. It's Kids Day at UBS Arena. They're playing a team that... I think the Isles are overachieving a little bit. A lot of it's Sorokin, and Sorokin wasn't in net, but was waiting
British
for it.
Has been good. British has been really good.
Yeah, no, I mean, they've both been good, but I was just waiting for that stinker. And they took care of business. They got Matt Barzal benched, which I didn't even realize till they were...
Oh, they did? I didn't even know that.
They didn't play the whole third period. I didn't realize that until they... It was a big thing on Hockey Night in Canada. Wow was speaking about it after the game. That when it was after the Thompson goal, Barzal and Lee were their back check was I'll call it Sam Reinhart-esque, which is was a dual meaning because when I watched it, I didn't think it was worthy of a benching.
I mean, yesterday just goes to show how much they actually really do hate the kids. They lose at home on Kids Day. They win on the road on Kids Day. They hate the children.
Yeah, if our kids can't be happy, neither can theirs.
Nope. Send the Islanders kids home pissed off and disappointed.
It's sad.
Jason Zucker just made a lot of enemies. A lot.
The Jason Zucker who Jonah earlier in the week called washed at 5-on-5 in our group chat. Then he scored 3 goals.
25 or 24 hours before the game, probably. We were having discussions about like we're having discussions about Kulik entering the lineup, which I know like that was kind of tossed around this week because it's a fun idea. I've heard he's back on the ice too. It was a conversation we were having, and I'm thinking in my mind that hey, Zucker is maybe the guy Kulik not flat out replaces, but maybe bumps out of a third line spot, and the numbers have sort of dipped this year, and I believe I said the words, Jason Zucker is kind of getting cooked at 5-on-5, and then 24 hours later, wouldn't you know,
he proves you're wrong.
2 goals at 5v5.
3 goals this week at 5v5.
3 goals, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that whole line, yeah, really.
That line was... I think that line, some of them are playing with a little extra because they probably know what could be coming. Like, I feel like Quinn and Zucker have actually been pretty good recently.
They got a front row seat at what's coming, considering the 19-year-old just had a historic week.
Yeah.
It's true.
Playing with a little bit more pep in their step, I'd say.
It's good when you have this problem, though, because everyone, tries to improve their individual game.
Isn't it great, like, when the top prospects get called upon to try and replace some scoring? Like, wouldn't you know, it actually works. You've already begun to see, I don't want to see revisionist history, but you're seeing more and more people talk about, like, wow, as the Sabres pile up wins here and get further ahead in the standings, it's making people go, oh, wow, like Kevyn Adams, what a roster he built, man. Like, what a roster. Like, he deserves so much more credit than he's getting. And look, he built the roster. Like, he did. But he also didn't build other parts of it. He got fired because Noah Ostlund was less important to him than keeping Colton Ellis on the roster. And, do you think if Josh Norris went down, do you think Konsta Helenius is getting called up this week?
If Adams is still GM?
Yeah.
No, I don't think so. I think if it was more of a situation where I wanted to say in a race, but they are in a race. So I mean, it seems like a move he'd make when the games aren't important anymore.
Do you think he would handcuff the Amherst as much as the Sabres have kind of handcuffed them? I don't think he would. I really don't think he would. And that was kind of a precedent over the years. And it's just so gratifying to see somebody that's clearly been ready probably since the preseason. I mean, Helenius played in the most preseason games out of anybody back in training camp. And immediately you're like, he's probably ready. And then he scores at a historic pace for a teenager. And you keep saying to yourself, he's probably ready, but I get it. No roster moves or no spots are needed to be taken. And then he gets called up and goes into maybe one of the worst situations to debut in, one of the toughest teams to match up against, especially a team that's kicked the Sabres' asses in that building for years. He was one of the Sabres' best players that night or that afternoon. And then 24 hours later, he has 3 points in the first period. Like, what a psychopath, man. Konsta Helenius. Like, unreal, man. Unreal.
He's at a point per game already. Like, he's 4 games. He's got 4 points, 1 goal, 3 assists. He
could have points in every game.
Yeah, he's the first game. I remember him making a beautiful pass to Doan where I think he hit the post or barely missed. Last game, he had a nice pass. He's making plays, and that line, man, that whole line really is crazy. Fun to watch. I mean, Ostlund, Helenius, and Helenius and Benson. Like those
I love
three.
We just get like duped for multiple years.
Why does this keep happening to our sports teams?
I don't know.
Torad, Helenius.
I mean, it's
Ostlund.
It's supposed to be Ostlund too.
Yeah. Before Dahlin was drafted here, people were calling him Dahlin. I heard Dahlin a lot.
Yeah.
Fallen, yeah. Was it fallen for Dahlin? That was always the thing.
Yeah. Fallen for Dahlin.
Mm-hmm. Proud member of that movement.
But yeah, those three, they are fun on a line together, and they're making stuff happen. And Lindy trusts them, which is awesome to see. I mean, obviously we know Lindy loves Ostlund, but the fact that he's playing Helenius and Benson a decent amount too, like I'm looking at Helenius's ice time, almost 11 minutes against Carolina, almost 15 minutes in Nashville and then 10 minutes and 11 minutes. Like, he's playing a decent amount for a third line role. He's not playing any special teams. Like, he's getting a chance.
He's getting a decent chunk of time out there, and it's deserved too. It's like, what else could you ask for when you get your first call up, right?
It's nice. It's nice to see a team that cares about winning from the top down at this point.
And all it took was firing the general manager.
That's all it took. It's all it took.
And I keep seeing the narrative of Kevyn Adams deserves more credit. He built the roster, yada, yada, yada. I'm like, all great points, but they didn't start winning until he got fired.
Yeah,
until
here's
the whispers of him getting fired.
Here's another one. Would Kevyn Adams have extended Josh Doan at this point?
Probably not.
Seems like an he was an off-season extender guy.
Seems like that was a thing he would have waited until the Alex Tuck thing was settled,
Mm-hmm.
one way or another.
Yeah, it's the complacency. It's the complacency that killed him.
Mm-hmm.
And it should have cost him his job a couple years ago, but here we are.
Yeah.
It took a mid-season firing.
Mm-hmm.
When was the last time the Sabres had one of those? Lindy
Rozier.
Ruff.
Probably
What?
Rozier. Rozier, I think.
Yeah, Rozier and Ruff.
Him and did Rozier and Rolston go together? I think they went together.
Well,
I mean, I guess it was Kruger.
I was going to say
coach-wise.
Kruger and then Granato.
yeah.
But management-wise, yeah.
I feel like obviously this team's doing great, but it's the 6th year of Kevyn Adams' roster, and they're finally good. Like, damn, nice job, dude. Took you 6 years.
Yeah, like he really deserved more credit.
Yeah,
Whatever.
he said we were contenders like 4 years ago, and then he went out and signed Eric Johnson and Connor Clifton. Like,
The time is now.
Yeah.
Signs an old man and
Even just at the start of this year, I mean, you had no Benson opening night. You had no Power opening night. You had no... Josh Norris was done by the end of that night. And when he called up Josh Dunn, that was it to start. Like, Ostlund eventually made his way up, and so did Rosane. But Ostlund got sent back down at one point, came up, and then got sent back down again, which was the nail in the coffin.
the first sending down was probably justified because he wasn't playing the best, but the second one was ridiculous.
But they didn't get Norris back yet by that point.
Well, I agree.
That was like they got Zucker back.
He wasn't how he's playing now, but the second time he got called up, that's when he started making a scene, and then when Adams sent him down, like that was bad. I mean, it all comes back to Kevyn Adams has made a lot of good moves, or he made a lot of good moves, but it wasn't enough. I mean, this offseason, one move. He made one move.
It's just the lack of urgency. Just it eats
Right.
it ate away at you after a while. It's like this team was clearly not good enough, and he's not doing anything.
Well, my favorite one that I saw is that, like, yes, Kevyn Adams signed Alex Lyon, who's been great. And the big thing was that he's on a 9-game winning streak right now. He has a chance to make history on Tuesday, potentially. He was playing his worst hockey under the season with Kevyn Adams. Or, scratch that, he really wasn't playing at all. He was third in the depth chart.
Didn't see him for a month.
Servicing a goaltending rotation that stunk overall. And... like Adams didn't have
make sense
Lyon
at the
playing.
time either. It didn't make sense at the time either with two healthy goalies on the roster.
Remember that? Like I know we talk about November, October, that era of the Sabres this year as like a completely different season. Have we forgotten Alex Lyon didn't play for a solid month?
And then Ellis didn't play for a solid month. Like,
And then Lyon got hurt. I mean, that's moving past it.
Yeah,
by the time he got fired. That's more recent news.
What was Lyon's first start in all of that? When did he get? Oh, and then remember they gave him to the Devils on Black Friday, and
they pulled him in a game, and then I feel like I didn't see him again for a month.
Yeah, they were in Colorado. He got yanked 5 minutes into the game. Didn't play again until 4 weeks later against New Jersey. And then what was his first start? That's what it was. Lyon getting back in net turned around the season. Remember, he replaced Colton Ellis. Or no. Did Lyon go in against Calgary? I forget. 'Cause remember, Luukkonen let up like 6 goals or so against Calgary. He might have gone in like the third. But either way, he replaces Colton Ellis in Edmonton. and they win that game. And that's the beginning of everything. 2 games later, Adams is fired. And there was also talk that remember, and then there was the Friedman stuff where Lyon was maybe the one that was gonna be traded.
He was going to be the one that was out going to Edmonton. I'm like, this is your best goalie. Why are you going to do that?
Because he wasn't playing. Somehow they made the assertion that Ellis and Luukkonen were better, and also, and not to bring up JP's favorite point in all this, but they just given a housing ticket to Ellis. Dumb.
Completely asinine.
I can't believe
honestly.
we're spending 15 minutes of this just
but I mean,
dumping on Kevyn Adams.
This is
it's needed
right
though. It's needed though because this is relevant.
Yeah,
like this should not be a parade of flowers.
It should be
for
something
this guy.
you laugh at, like, oh yeah,
yeah,
like he did. Yeah, he did have moves that helped this roster. It shouldn't be. We need to give him more credit. No, I'm not.
But there was a clear disconnect there's a clear disconnect in the room though, and especially with the coach when that Noah Oslin stuff went down.
Yep.
Like clear disconnect, and it was affecting the way they were playing. They didn't start playing well until the first rumor of him getting fired came out.
Yeah, and when the GM right now said they're all expendable.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, kicking the pants.
Well, not in Kevin's defense, because he should have made a decision, but Jarmo still hasn't made a decision on 3 goalies too. So
but it's been injury after injury though.
Yeah, but like Lyon's been back from injury for about a week now. Like I understand, but we ragged on Kevyn Adams for having 3 goalies. If Jarmo keeps going through this, I mean that's something we got to talk about
100%.
Luckily, we've had so many injuries to the point where there aren't many other guys we could really put on this roster right now, to be completely honest.
Mm-hmm.
Like, Roseanne's the only other forward down in...
That's it. I mean, Anton Wahlberg.
Technically,
Anton Wahlberg, who's not having a good season, is their first-line center.
Nuchek just got traded.
Yep.
Kuntar, technically, is probably the next one after Roseanne, because he has a 2-way.
To just absolutely decimate. Do you think Kevyn Adams kind of had an agreement with the former AGM about like hands off of Rochester, don't decimate the lineup?
I just think it was more of a philosophy thing. I mean, we saw that. Power went back to college. Quinn and Peterka spent the entire season in the AHL. Yuri Kulik did for 2. I mean, him and Roseanne were left in the AHL while the team couldn't score in Granado's last season. I think it's not the Amherst success comes at the utmost importance. I think it was just a philosophy thing, and I think this season it doesn't have to be that. If somebody's ready, they're ready.
Yeah, I think he just wasn't. He didn't want to rush anybody.
Yeah, I mean,
I feel like he kind of learned that. I feel like he kind of learned that from Levi, because I think he was rushed, and now he's probably overcooked down there. I'm not saying he deserves to be up right now.
It's right. I mean, given Levi has regressed this season, which you can't. I don't know if you can blame that on Adams' handling of him, because he was the best goalie in the AHL the last 2 seasons. But I don't know. You take a step back and you look at the wider picture of what that was like. It was definitely a bit of a shit show going up and down.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy. Well, it's crazy what things could do when you're a little more active, right?
Yeah, it is. It's really nice. It's refreshing, man. It's good.
Everything's good right now.
You go on Twitter and like it's I've never seen Sabres Twitter like this before. It's amazing.
Isn't it kind of crazy how the vibes have shifted a little bit?
It's
from one to the other, at the same time.
Like, we always joke, like, oh, the teams aren't allowed to be good at the same time. It might be true. Like, genuinely, it might be true. Or at least, like, vibe-wise.
Well, I mean, not even that. It's just you think the owner's starting to take on a larger role in a different organization in this city.
Oh man. Should we get into the press conference now? I was going to save that for later.
No, we got to let's do it right now.
Okay.
Get the laughs out first.
All right. This is not how I plan on doing this, but it's a good segue. the vibes have shifted in the Bills world. They just went through their first major firing in damn near a decade. Terry Pegula made his return to a microphone for the first time. His return to the microphone since, I think, the Kruger hiring. Because the last time he made himself... it's the first time he's made himself available to the... He was taking questions. I couldn't believe it.
It was June 16th, 2020. That was the last time he took media availability.
And that was on Zoom. So if
and
you
that
go
was,
before that...
was with Kim, right?
Kim was there. Ralph was a part of that. And then Adams as well, who just had like a... I don't even know how to describe the look he had on his face. Just...
Deer in headlights?
I say deer in headlights. He didn't look scared, though. He just looked like a... I don't know. He was... I don't know. Doesn't matter. That was the last time that he made himself available to the media, and then I think the Kruger press conference... Did he speak at... Did he take questions at the Kruger press conference, though? Man, I don't know.
I'm going to say no, but I don't recall.
I know for a fact he took questions because, obviously when Murray and Bilesma both went together, there was nobody left to speak except for him. So I know at the very least he did, and that was 2017. So maybe it's been 9 years. I don't know. Maybe. Has he just done opening statements for people he's hired?
The Yarmo one was funny because we saw one microphone. We're like, oh, great. It's just going to be Yarmo speaking. But he sits down. We're like, oh, wait, maybe he's going to take what? Nope. Does a little intro, walks away, and then you see the picture of the Bills one, and it's two microphones. You're like,
and I thought,
my
24
God.
hours before when they finally announced that Bean was going to speak to the media, they prefaced it saying they were both going to be there, but I think in the back of everybody's mind, they were all thinking, okay, it's going to be... He's just going to come in for a quick second, and then, you saw the two chairs, and you're like... my first reaction was anger. How could it not be? And then I got a little excited. I knew it was going to be a fun day. And oh boy, was it.
It is really funny that, the strict football fans are getting a taste of what it's like to hear him behind a microphone.
It's what Sabres fans have been saying for a long time.
Yeah.
That the dude is not the brightest, but they never believed us because the Bills were in a great spot for a long time. He wasn't intervening, but now you got a taste, and it sounds like he might be intervening some more.
Yeah, I think there's probably a lot of Bills fans that I think there's a decent amount that understand what we go through, but in the back of their mind, they're like, oh, that doesn't affect us, right? Like, it's like the culture quote. Just don't let it affect us. We have Terry at a distance. He trusts how things are being run.
Not anymore.
That wall got broken down. I think McDermott might have been the guy. He might have been the guy keeping him away.
He was the wall.
Maybe just the presence of them being year in and year out contenders. Maybe that was the wall. And then when that got shattered this year, that was the final moment. But then there is the other section that I do. 2021, it was stark. There were people calling Pegula like that they thought he was good ownership, that the family was. And I still think those people persisted until that day. And then he started interjecting himself into the GM's answers to the media.
It's funny. Bean's been getting a lot of flack recently, and I think it's partially deserved. I'm more on the defending Bean kind of side. But I came out of that more feeling bad for Bean. I'm like, oh my God, is this what he has to deal with on a daily basis? Like, are you kidding me?
He watches the games with them.
Yeah, they were clearly saying different stuff during that press conference as well. The Keon Coleman. I can't
Bean
believe
had to walk it back 20 minutes
later.
later.
I cannot believe an owner of a team called out a 22-year-old player in a press conference.
Still on the team, by the way.
Unbelievable. Still on the team.
Still signed, still on the team.
Yeah. Blames it on the guy he just fired that we hired him. that we drafted him. Like, I cannot believe he did that. That's
5 minutes later,
incredible.
Bills fans are pulling out the receipts.
Yeah, and then Bean's like, no, like we drafted him.
No, we
like,
still
that was
believe
my
in him.
draft
Like,
pick.
we still believe in him.
I cannot believe Terry said that. That's
And I love
That was
how
5 minutes into the
really-
press conference. That was the
the-
beginning.
that's really bad.
It was 50 minutes. The best part about that quote was he said at the end of the Keon Coleman quote, he goes, and Brandon is getting flack for it for some reason. He's the GM.
Yeah.
Of course he is. Like, what are we talking about, man? But it just goes to show you, and you see the reaction to it. Everyone's like, "What does this guy do?" Like, oh
and
my
it was
God.
everybody too. Like, because
Almost
National
Bills-
media picked it
listen,
up.
The Bills, because of Josh Allen, are, Josh Allen is what, the second, third biggest star in the game, meaning there are a lot of eyes on the Bills, especially Sean McDermott being a part of the organization for so long. National media, everybody was watching, or, we're keeping an eye on what was going to be said, and then a lot of people started paying attention, especially the Keon thing. I mean, that spread like wildfire before
People
the press
know.
conference even ended. I've seen TikToks about like skits about it. It's it's bad. Like, it's a real bad. Like, Terry Pegula,
he embarrassed himself.
he reminded NFL fans that he exists.
Mm-hmm. And that's not a good thing for an owner.
No.
And
Or the
and
Bills. Like,
right. And the whole
like,
thing
speaking
about
the Bills, he made them a less attractive landing spot that day.
yeah.
Mhm.
Like, it's when this is gonna be a weird example, really weird example, but I remember back in like 2018, like famously, like when Elon Musk went on the Joe Rogan podcast, he smoked a blunt with Joe Rogan, and by the end of that show, Tesla's stock was dropping, like it was losing money in the market, and like that's the parallel I draw to this, where like I think
it's
he made it
image.
less attractive.
Yeah, if as the owner of a company franchise, it's your image projects into the market, and he did with his comments. Yeah, he definitely made this a much less attractive job to come through. I was at my desk though. I had to step away from my desk. I was laughing so hard.
I know. I was at my desk too, and I had to keep covering my mouth. I was
I had
like,
to,
"Oh
I
my
had
god!"
to stand up and walk out of my office.
I
was
mean, poor
dying.
Brandon Bean and poor Kevyn Adams had to talk to this guy every day. Like, oh my god. Some of the comments 225-255.
That was the
whatever.
man.
You know what
was
that
that?
means?
He thought he
What's
cooked.
that mean? Yeah.
so- he was waiting for.
He thought he cooked with that one.
And it's hilarious. Absolutely friggin' hilarious. He's talking about what success is in this organization while his other team that he owns is in a 14-year playoff drought. He's talking about success like, yeah, what is success? It's getting to the end. It's making the playoffs. It's winning the divisions. What the hell has your other team been doing? And you're not holding them accountable. It's crazy. And you know what? I'm just going to say it. Miss me with the bullshit of him saying, I've only watched my daughter play tennis 3 times this year. Like, I'm sorry. I'm not going to feel sorry for you at all. You're an owner of a team.
Using that as a reason to avoid the media the past however many years.
He's making us feel bad. Like, I'm not going to feel bad for you because you're not going to watch your daughter play. That's on you. You do not need to be in conversations and scouting conversations. Like Bean
It's like,
said,
dude, yeah.
Bean said in the press conference that Terry's at all the draft meetings. He's at every meeting in April. He's on many of the discussions leading up to the draft. Like, dude, you're the owner. You don't need to be a part of every single thing. Go watch your daughter play tennis. She's not going to be playing for her whole life. I cannot believe he put that pity on us. And that was in the course of a question about, you just received $850 million in public funds, and his answer is, I haven't seen my daughter play tennis, and I've only seen her play 3 times.
The
this past
immediate
year.
deflection.
Like,
Yeah.
come on, not
He's
feeling
about to get
bad
more.
for you.
I don't know if you saw. Some news station put out a story like they got a auditor for upcoming arena renovations too. So it's.
The
That's
team
on the
starts.
way.
It's all it took was a little bit of the team starting to win, and here comes Terry's coming back, and he's like, hey, he's like, we got a pretty good team. We need some renovations done around here. And that place needs $500 million worth of work. They need massive. They gotta rip every seat out of that place. Like, I was talking to my dad, and he made it. He made a good point. You probably don't need 19,000 seats. You could probably cut it down to like 17 and a half, make each seat like a little bit bigger, and then make like a standing room.
Yeah, I don't know. I'd be pretty scared if my owner started talking like that, because that means prices are going 2,000 seats disappearing.
That's true.
I don't know. I see what he means, but that would entail bad things.
Yeah. Well, it is funny when he does step in front of a microphone. I feel like I embarrass myself stepping in front of a microphone every week, and then I watch Terry.
The best way I can describe it is, listen, there is nothing more terrifying as a Buffalo sports fan than when Terry Pegula thinks he can solve a problem himself. And that's what that was. That's what the McDermott firing clearly was, and that's what that press conference clearly was. I can't even imagine being the Bills' PR person that day. I can't even imagine it.
I'll give him credit for, first of all, facing questions for the first time in a while. And even though I think at the end, McDermott was it was an interesting send-off. But he does want to make a change, so I do respect that. But
I don't like the way he was sent off at all. It just kind of seems like they diminished the decade of work he did here.
I agree with that. But I'm saying at least he realized that there needed to be some sort of change. But if that means that Terry's going to get involved more, then it's just.
But you should fire both guys. I mean, it was pretty 50. It was a collaborative effort. You know, one guy builds the roster, the other guy makes it work. And this year, the reason everyone was so upset is because he made it work with scraps. Brandon Beane didn't want to give up a first-round pick that would have been in the late 20s this year for Jalen Waddle. That fell through.
Yeah, I mean, listen, the
Jamarcus Ingram thing, it was so bad.
The thing is here is that the process is very similar to the Sabres about what happened. Both teams had their head coach taking jabs at the GM in the media about roster decisions. And one of them we cheered, and now one of them we're defending, right? Like, we sort of cheered the whole Kevyn Adams thing. Now we're being like, well, I'm glad Bean stuck around. I'm glad they fired the coach.
Dude, imagine it went the other way and Terry fired Lindy after he made those
And
comments.
then Terry fires Bean. Like, that's what it is. Like, this process is sort of the same. You know, he's got two teams now where the two parties on each side are not on the same page.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's just dysfunctional. I mean, I think it's, you know, Tim Graham had an amazing piece, you know, prior to the whole press conference.
Mm-hmm.
And he put it in the best way that, like, you used to be able to say that the Sabres were their own thing, or like the Bills ran in a way that did not correlate with the Sabres, and now that is no longer the case.
Whatever they got going on over there, it just better not affect us. And then Terry peeked his head around the corner and said, "You got a seat for me at the table too, guys?"
I mean, listen, Terry is so preoccupied with the Bills that
this is what scares me, though.
Well, Kekalainen was able to sneak in 2 signing bonuses for Josh Doan.
Yep.
He was.
Isn't that crazy? And now it feels like it was like a Kevyn Adams philosophy thing, but it's like maybe he was right when Jarmo came in and was like, he's giving me full autonomy. Nobody's telling me what's going on.
Another thing to bring this over to a Sabres perspective. What do you think about Brandon Beane getting a job that Terry Pegula has hated the idea of for the hockey team for so long?
Well, isn't that kind of what Jarmo's position is now, though? They have like the same positions, just on 2 different teams. Am I wrong?
He's the general manager. He's not the president of hockey ops.
I thought, well, I guess his title is not that way, but I thought Jarmo said, like, yeah, I'm running hockey operations, and Goelli's running, you know, the business side of it. Like, to me, it's just the same thing on both sides.
Why would he give Beane the title for the Bills then?
Because he's been here for 8 years, maybe.
And then the rumors started going around. It's like, oh, maybe he's going to hire a GM. That was shot down immediately.
Yeah.
In the press conference, and we're like, okay, I guess. It's it's just funny because it scares me. With the McDermott firing, it kind of gives me it's going to take some suffering vibes. Like I obviously the Bills are much more like in a much better place than the Sabres were at that time, but I don't know, man. Terry Pegula has an idea. When Terry has an idea, he's going to implement it.
That's why I'll never feel safe.
Yep.
At any moment. I mean, that is a damn near decade of just stable, stability. Sure, there's playoff failure in there, a lot of it. But he knocked down that wall, and the Bills are on shaky ground right now. And that could all change very quickly if they nail this next hire. If they get this all right, maybe they'll be okay. But you've got questions. You've got questions about it now, and I think that side of it has been reminded that he is probably the worst owner in sports.
One more thing about Terry, and it's kind of doubling back to what JP was saying about like the pity party. It's like, oh, I don't get to see my daughter play tennis and blah, blah, blah. It's like, dude, if you want to be a good owner, in summation of this whole thing, you want to be a good owner, shut your mouth, hire people to do those jobs,
leave it
and
to the
sign the
professionals.
checks. Sign the checks. Go live your life.
Yep.
Go watch your daughter play tennis. Go take care of your wife. Get the hell out of here.
Yep. No,
respectfully.
I was going to bring it up. I understand he does have a lot going on, especially with Kim. I understand that completely. But if you're going to make yourself so visible now with the Bills, you can't make me feel bad that you're not spending time with your family. Like, actually go spend time with your family.
Yeah.
But last thing I want to bring up, we talked about Bills for a half hour in the last two pods, which is crazy. I would have paid to see Terry Pegula go up to Josh Allen while he's crying, saying,
bawling
that
his
was a
eyes
catch.
God.
Yeah, that was a catch.
That was
and
a
then Josh
catch.
didn't even respond. Like,
And then
dude,
in Terry's
like,
mind,
seriously.
That's when he
oh,
made-
no,
that's
I
when he
gotta
made the
do something.
decision.
He goes, oh,
Yeah.
no, I got to do something.
It wasn't
Yeah.
on the walk down. It wasn't after the loss. It was.
It's so
that's
funny
almost
how-
like it's almost, dude. Another funny parallel I think I just drew in my head. That's like the whole. It's like this is like the plot of Oppenheimer, where Robert Downey Jr. his character was so invested in the fact like why didn't Einstein acknowledge me? And he thinks because Oppenheimer like talks shit when it's really just no. There's something completely else going on in the background, and you're making it all about yourself or making it about a completely different subject. Now you're overreacting.
I think it was hilarious how he presented it because he said, like, I fired McDermott because of that game, because of what I saw in the locker room. And then when he was pushed on it, they're like, so it was just on this game? It wasn't because of the last few years of playoff failures? It was like, oh, no, it wasn't all based on one game. That's literally what you're saying. It's you saw people crying in the locker room, so you fired McDermott. But
Contradicted himself.
It's just, it's hilarious. And him jumping in on Bean's remarks sometimes, like, that was a catch. Like, it's just... Oh my God!
You know him. That they wrapped up media availability and they walked back to Bean's office and Terry just probably turned to him and went, "I think that went really well."
Yeah, and Bean's just keeping his mouth shut. It's like, oh jeez.
He is not PR trained. This man is a loose cannon.
You gotta give credit to the PR team if they've been the ones over the last 5 years to a decade saying, yeah, you know what? I don't think we need you to talk today. Like, the GM can handle it. Like, you got to give him credit because I'm sure he wants to talk, and it's like, it's just not. It should not happen anymore. It's entertaining, but it's I don't think it's best for the franchises.
I want to have I want to hear a Sabres press conference. I gotta hear it eventually.
See, but like, at this point, I don't want to hear it because the team's doing good. I wanted to hear it like when they fired Kevyn, and then it could have been like, okay, why'd you wait 6 years? Why'd you wait 6 years? Why is this team doing so bad? Now it's like, if he speaks, it's gonna be like, oh yeah, the team's doing great. And like, yeah, I hired Yarmo. This was my vision, and Lindy did a great job, and yeah, that's why I don't want to see it anymore. Now that the team's doing good, I don't need him dunking on us during a 14-year playoff drought.
Do you remember people were throwing hissy fits back in 2022 when he got booed on RJ night?
Mm-hmm.
This fan base.
This is it. This is all we got with him. If we can't fool him now, when else are we going to be able to?
I know. He doesn't show his face. I tell you, man, like, there are some Sabres fans out there that aren't Bills fans. I know there's some of them listening to this podcast who are very, very happy about what went down with that presser, because now the football fans know.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, this guy is going to shoot from the hip.
Well, and I think what's important to be shown is that if your team's doing good, he's probably going to keep his hands off. Like, I think he kept his hands off for the Bills for a while. And now that the Sabres are doing good, hopefully he'll keep his hands off. Because I think his attention's going to be focused on the Bills right now.
Yeah.
I mean, the Sabres are playing great right now, and he's traveling around with the team to do coach interviews, which I understand. But I'm just saying, the Sabres are doing great. He's probably not too focused on them right now. So just leave him alone.
And you got a multi-billion-dollar investment going up across the street. You know, that's definitely on his mind, even though he didn't pay for most of it, but he's getting the money for it.
Well, they are like what, $700 million over budget. Somehow that's going to be our fault.
No.
Somehow it's going to be on us.
Oh no!
It's like, well, I had to pay extra money. You know, I'm sorry, man. It wasn't our fault that an elevator started on fire in the friggin' winter a month ago.
Yeah, I think he's going to be very involved going forward, because he wants that team winning, and he wants it winning in his new building that he claims that he built.
Well, he did build.
Do they ever do special ceremony before like the first kickoff at a new stadium?
Probably.
Like, is he gonna like talk on a microphone?
I bet he will.
He might get booed.
Oh, he will 100% get booed.
I think it's funny because I think the initial reaction of the press conference was like, holy shit. Like, what just happened? I think after that, it's cooled down. Like, I think some people are saying, like, hey, he's got passion. I love it. And it's like, all right. Like,
if he hires Joe Brady as head coach, he might get booed.
There's someone out there who's like, I love it. I want this guy behind the microphone.
There were people like
for
that.
Weekly press
They were
conferences.
like, I actually love, like, it's like, people actually, like, it's like, nah, he's speaking the truth. I like it. And stage one, denial. Or it went the other way, and people were like, man, like, Kim must have really been the reason the Bills succeeded for so long.
That's true. People were giving credit to Kim.
It's like,
I mean, we know Kim was very involved.
She was
for
better
both teams.
She was better for PR, maybe, but
yeah.
I don't think. Let's ask Ryan O'Reilly if she was good at her job.
Oh boy,
she was definitely very involved with the Sabres, and that wasn't a good thing.
Especially,
but
like, I don't want to see
hands-on owners are never a good thing.
She went after Lawrence Pilot.
She didn't go after him. She just didn't know who he was.
That's fair point.
She didn't do it on purpose.
Fair point. Very fair point.
All right, can we talk about our team that's on a 3-game winning streak now?
Let's move off the Bills.
Sorry for all the
fans
going after, aren't really Bills fans.
Yeah, going after a GM that doesn't deserve credit, and then talking about the football team. We interrupt this episode of the Sabre Report podcast to tell you about our sponsor, William Mattar. Hurt in a car? Call our sponsor, William Mattar. 844-444-4444. With a focus on motor vehicle accidents, the team at William Mattar has handled thousands of cases like yours. Let them help you get the money you deserve after a motor vehicle accident. Rideshare, truck, motorcycle, car, only. Call William Mattar. 844-444-4444.
We haven't talked about this team at all. Although we did talk about Consto a little. That's it. Yeah.
Yeah. Fellas, we're on pace for over 100 points. We are 51 games into this season.
It's not many games left. Like, we're at, 31 games left? Like, it's...
When you enjoy the season, it seems to go by a little bit faster.
Yeah.
Especially when there's games every other night, too.
Yeah, and you got a huge break coming up, too. It's just a weird scheduling year, but...
What are we going to do for 3 weeks?
Enjoy all of Bill Guerin's mistakes for Team USA?
Yeah, really.
Probably.
I'm going to watch
watch the Patriots in the
Connor
Super
McDavid
Bowl.
match up against Vinny Trocheck.
Not to take it back to football.
That team, I hate the Patriots, man.
Yeah, me
them.
too. But what are you gonna do? You know.
Yeah, I know. Sabres,
Drake
man.
the schedule may. But yeah, big break coming up. Games every other day seemingly. You got 2 back-to-backs in Florida. One before the break, one right after the break.
Tuesday is big. They have a chance to kill the Maple Leafs, like kill their season.
Yeah. At least really
I mean,
put
even
them in a
right
bad spot.
now, the Panthers are the closest team to the wild card spot. They're 5 points behind the Bruins. Like, they have 2 games in hand, but I mean, we know the challenge that comes with that. There's a cushion being built here, and you know the Leafs are one of those teams. The Leafs, I believe, the Leafs also have 57 points, so they're 5 points back. They have the same amount of games played as the Bruins. That's big. Like, you have a chance to really start like knocking off some playoff opponents here. The Devils lost in regulation today. The Capitals lost the game of the season last night against Edmonton. They blew that one with a minute to go and lost a point. Like, in terms of the wild card race, you're starting. I think we talked about it last week. Like, you're kind of starting to see a little bit of a separation here. I mean, if you were to ask me, I mean, should we talk about the Senators for a second?
Yes.
It turns out that James Reimer did not save their season. Did you know he's played 4 games in 6 nights? It's his first week back in hockey.
God.
It's elder abuse.
Like,
This is elder abuse.
his first game, I think, was pretty solid. They lost it, but he was pretty solid. I think he won them a game. They beat the Columbus like 4-1. They had a great night, and they're playing him back to back. I wonder who's in net today. Actually, I think Allmark got elevated today, so maybe they'll be okay. I've said they scare me, but I mean that's a team. They're only 2 games over 500. The Rangers are obviously done. The Blue Jackets, I don't know if they have a Sabres type run in them. Same thing with the Devils. And Philly's been a mess now, even though actually they did just beat Colorado in regulation, but I think the list is starting to shrink a little bit. I think it's starting to shrink.
Linus Ullmark is coming back, though. We'll see. I mean,
We'll see. I think the Senators have it in them for a crazy run. I do.
they definitely do. They get good goaltending. It is there. It's just I don't even think it's just the goaltending, just the culmination of everything that's gone on over the past month.
They have a stench about them.
There's like a cloud hovering over them right now.
And they're going after Brady Tkachuk, who after every loss is going on a podcast with his brother, talking about the Olympics. It's rough. It's rough over there. But you want to know the best part about the wild card race? I'm almost, because all it takes is 1 3-game losing streak to start really talking about it again. You almost don't concern yourself with it right now. Right? Like, we're punching up now. Like, we are thinking about a divisional playoff spot. You know, the Habs have put themselves in kind of a tough spot here. They've lost 3 games in regulation. They're now owned sole possession of the wild card spot. The Sabres have a chance here. They're in the division race, and it's no longer like a what-if conversation.
They control their own destiny at this point. Like, we
Yeah,
don't have to rely on other teams to do bad like we have in the past. Like, we keep going, and we're going to be firmly leading this race almost for the third spot in the wild card.
It's no longer counting points, counting games in hand that you have to make up. It's just keep winning, keep building that cushion, because you got some pretty heavy games coming up. But they've played good. They played great this past week. I really don't. That Carolina game, man. Oh my goodness!
Just got away from them. They played so well. That's the
played
best they've played in that
fantastic.
building in 10 years.
Brandon Bussey, man.
Unbelievable.
That man stood on his head.
That was probably the loudest like I've yelled like at a game like in a while, like for a Sabres game, and I was like, screw you, Brandon.
I couldn't
Bluesky,
like
this
they
is
were
ridiculous.
dangerous. They were dangerous with the net empty. Like the Sabres played out of their mind that game, and they just because the shots were only like what 27. Like they only had 18 shots, but they were maybe the most quality 18 shots you've ever. I mean, they got outshot what like 12-2 in the first
12
period.
to 2 in the. Was it the first or the second?
The
It was
first
the first
pretty
period
rough.
because you're immediately like, oh, like, this friggin' building, they can't play here, and then they just kind of took over from there. And you know, we're talking about the division race. Did that not feel like a playoff preview?
Yes,
Like it just feels like there's unfinished business there. I feel like they're almost destined to cross paths with that team again.
If
That's
you're talking
scrappy,
about
too.
one team,
They were going after like Dahlin and Svechnikov were going after each other all game. Obviously, there was a lot of talk about the refereeing that game, which, you know, to jump back to the last episode, of course, the game gets decided on a questionable penalty call 24 hours after I say, well, you know, the NHL, I don't think they really have a refereeing problem. Or, like, I don't think they have a penalty problem. Just another good jinx to add to the list. But, yeah, it felt like, I don't know, like I just, when the buzzer sounded, I'm like, we have unfinished business here. It just feels that these teams might be destined to meet.
Man, that's what makes these two wild card spots so unappealing, because you either go to the Corsi Merchants in Raleigh, or you go to the perennial playoff contender in Tampa.
Did you know that Tampa Bay has like the most man games lost this season to injury?
Really?
Are you serious?
I think
and
either
they're
by
still
games.
this good?
It's either by games or it might be both, but also by like cap, like the amount of cap they've lost. Like the players they've lost are getting paid the most. So it's like it's their important guys, and they're on pace for like 110 points.
Wow.
I mean, it's what makes, you know, as this conversation about the Sabres evolves to like, I think now we're at the stage where like now everybody's beginning to accept it. Like, yeah, this team is going to run. Like the Sabres can do it.
Mhm.
And that's now it's okay. Now we need a divisional spot. You need like
you got to
the
stay
difference-
away from those teams.
You know, listen, Detroit's having a great season, but I view them like I think they are legitimately the Sabres without the Sabres having the bad start.
Mhm.
And well, they're having a great year. And hey, maybe they'll win the
And
division. I
and
don't
a good
know.
power play.
But playing them compared to playing Carolina or Tampa first round, it's not even a question which matchup you would prefer.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why now the chase is on. Now the Sabres have a spot to defend. And, I mean, next Saturday is going to be an incredibly important matchup.
Massive.
Last time you get your hands on the Canadiens this season in your home building, they're going to be desperate if they're still chasing you. And even then, they're going to want revenge on these past two games that they've dropped in regulation. It's that one's going to be big. And playoff race, man. Full-on playoff race. Everybody's scoreboard watching again. It's amazing. It's incredible, man. Buffalo
It's great.
hockey is back.
It only took a decade and a half.
But we got here.
Eventually got
We
here.
made it.
They just
But
gotta-
there's still a lot of season left.
It is.
Yeah.
That's the one thing that scares me.
I know it's crazy. Like I want to. It's so like I think they're gonna do it, but also at the same time I'm like, what if they don't? You know,
Mm-hmm.
it's still there, but
They just got to keep going. They got to keep playing good. They've fallen into a habit of scoring early and then kind of parking the bus. Like that's gonna come back to bite them. Like like some of these games, like I think overall, like we've played really good in the first, and then like the second or third just don't look that good. We were playing good defense. We're getting saves. I mean, Alex Lyon had a shutout last night. Like our goalies are playing great, which is definitely happening. And I know that's why some of our underlyings don't look the best, but a lot of score effects are playing into this because we're scoring early and then we're just parking the bus.
I feel like a lot of that is just philosophy, though, because they're such a rush-heavy generating team that once they pot a few, they're more like, all right, let's lock down the neutral zone. Let's, start filling in some lanes here. But you can only do that for so long before other teams could really, start to hammer home on your defense.
Well, and I would also say, like, what is the Sabres when they're at their best? Where does their offense really come from at the end of the day? Especially this season. It's coming from their defense.
I was going to say defense.
Jumping up into the
defense
play,
jumping into the play.
activating. I mean, that is Lindy Ruff hockey to a T. So when you tell them to stop jumping up, I think the Sabres
handicaps them a little bit.
It shouldn't. Like, you should be able to generate offense without your defensemen. But I think maybe some games they just have trouble getting that offense going without them. But yesterday was it was a really good third period.
It was.
They just kind of trapped and just kind of repossessed, and it was, that was refreshing to see, because now you can kind of look back at it as Nashville, second half of a back-to-back. One topic that we should probably get into is the fact that, up until Kesselring returned to the lineup again, that Lindy Ruff has basically sat Jacob Bryson and Zach Metza for third periods here. And especially that night against Nashville, you were rolling 4 defensemen on the second half of a back-to-back. And, I mean, they had a rough go of things. There's no other way to really describe it. But then you can look at that one and say, oh, okay, they're tired. And Montreal, while the second half of the second period was a disaster, the third period, Montreal had nothing. I don't know if they had a scoring chance, like a genuine, I think they had one maybe? Like, they locked that period down. And then the Islanders, the same thing. They locked it down, and then on top of that, they were able to have a pretty typical offensive period. They scored a minute in, kind of locked it down until the early empty netter, and then they buried another one in the minutes following that. So, I think it's obviously a struggle, and I wouldn't be surprised if it catches up to them eventually. But it is also hard to argue the fact that they are now, 22, 1-1 after leading after 2? They are bend don't break, and especially after last year with the amount of blown leads that team had. It's progress. At the end of the day, it is progress.
And it all comes down to good goaltending, and we are getting that out of line in UPL right now.
It's what you need, man. If you want to be a playoff team, you got to be good in all 3 phases. Just look at the Senators. I mean, the goaltending's just been atrocious.
It's been bad. I don't know.
They could easily be in a divisional spot.
I don't know if you saw the Taylor Hall goal last night. It was bad. I'm surprised Jake Sanderson didn't go on another post-game rant.
And then having to apologize like a day later.
Yeah,
like, I didn't mean.
Sorry,
to,
my bad.
My bad, guys.
Didn't mean it.
And then wasn't he the one who also was like, we get raided by enemy fan bases and our home base all the time. We're used to it. What year was it when the Sabres fans turned on the team and the team was pissed about it? Was that 23-4?
Yeah, we turned on them. Yeah. Fucking Kyle Oposo. God.
Oh yeah, never liked that guy. I'm just kidding. Oposo was
No,
fine.
I don't think you did ever like him. Let's be honest.
I didn't like him as a
actually,
player.
you didn't. Yeah.
I didn't like him as a player.
He's still hanging out in Florida. I don't know if you saw that.
Didn't he get hired by the league? Right?
Did
Isn't
he?
he working?
Someone. Who was the story about? It was someone on the Panthers, but they were saying how, I was, hanging out with Doc Postles recently, like, still hanging out down there.
He was only on the team for like half a season.
Good for him.
Not even.
That's where he's chilling, man.
But he's got a ring.
Good for him, I guess.
Yeah.
Anyways, back to the hockey. Speaking of the goaltending, I think it was Joe DiBiase that threw this out. It's going to be fun to decide who your Game 1 starter is going into the playoffs. Because I think if it starts today, who you starting in Game 1?
Lion.
I don't feel like the answer's too hard right now.
He's on a 9-game winning streak.
It's Alex Lyon. But I think what has changed the leash might be 1 game before you switch it up. And I don't know if that would have been the case like a month ago. Because Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen is playing great hockey right now.
Yes.
He was fantastic in Montreal. And he was in net against Carolina, correct? I think he was.
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, he was, yeah.
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 The Jarvis goal wasn't great, I guess, but... you know,
I mean, still, they're on the power play.
yeah,
It's
2
like,
goals
you can't really-
on like 27
Look
shots.
at me, I'm defending him.
Yeah.
Look at me,
Look at
I'm
him.
defending him.
Yeah.
It's all, you know. I
sign
said
the apology
the other
form?
day to you guys. No, I said the other day to you guys. I said it's the easiest decision in the world when you got the rest of your lineup coming back and you're pressed for roster spots. You just wave Ellis. It's a good run.
I mean,
good luck in
it's really
good luck
what
in
they
St.
should
Louis.
do. See, I was going to bring this up at the start, but I'm glad I waited till now when we are touching on the goaltending a bit more specifically. I do have a theory. I think they're just going to try and roster shenanigan their way to the trade deadline with 3 goalies. I have a really bad feeling they're going to do it. Like, I think now Bryson's gone down now,
Yeah.
and Norris is probably I would assume as long as they keep winning, they shouldn't bring him back. Like, give him as much time as possible. They can send Hellenius down at any time. Once you get unlimited roster spots post trade deadline, like there's no consequence in having Ellis up. I just hope that they don't do that.
When is the deadline?
March 6th.
March 6th. That's shortly after they get back from the Olympic break. So
I know, yeah.
I
So
guess you're
I
right.
think
there's a time skip on February. What, 6th is the last day of the season or the first half?
Yeah.
A lot of the league is talking about how the Olympic break's going to be actually pretty big preliminary talks for the deadline. But knowing how this usually goes, everyone always says it's going to be crazy, and then nothing happens.
Well, I think it was Friedman or was it Ron McLean last night? Like, they were joking about how like teams might want to wait until after the trade deadline to trade for someone, because that way they're not paying them like hundreds of thousands of dollars to sit on a beach during the break.
Oh, after the Olympic break.
Oh, after the Olympic break.
What did I
Yeah.
say?
You said after the trade
After
deadline.
the deadline.
After the deadline. Yeah, I meant the
Yeah.
Olympic break, not the deadline.
That's
That'd be illegal.
yeah.
It would be
I
illegal, yeah.
It is kind of crazy. I mean, we have 6 more games until the break. There's only 5 games after that until the trade deadline. Like, it will ramp up. Like, I guess I didn't realize. I mean, I knew the deadline was coming up. I didn't realize it was literally right after the break. So, yeah, we'll start to see rumors, and you might be right. We might be dealing with a 3 goalie, not rotation, but 3 goalies on the roster for the rest of the season. Which I think you have to give Jarmo some flack for.
No, you should. I mean, they got the worst goaltending of the season when there was 3 goalies on the roster. Right, like Alex Lyon was not getting games.
Well, yeah, I guess it. Yeah. Yep.
There's no solid argument, I think, at this point for keeping up Ellis over the other 2. So it's kind of like, what are you losing here?
It's like,
exactly?
what are you doing here, kind of? They clearly value him, though. So, I don't know, man. It's the one thing this franchise is never going to escape. 3 goalie rotation talks.
I mean, look at Montreal.
Yeah, who they got? They got Montembeault, Daubs, and who's
Fowler.
the other guy?
They
Fowler.
just
Fowler
sent
got-
out Fowler though.
They did? I didn't even see that. I think
Yes, they
the Sabres are responsible for that because he did not play well in Buffalo. And then I think Montembeault just got back-to-back starts, and he was fine against Boston last night until the last 5 minutes.
I was gonna say because
the
we face
Fraser
him
Mitten
again
goal
this
was
week.
terrible, and then the Morgan Geekie goal. I mean, it was a one-timer, but it was from far out, and that kind of blew the game for the Canadians.
Montembeault these last 2 games had an .810 save percentage in both games,
Yeah, not great.
and yeah, Fowler was sent down on the 16th.
I guess I didn't realize it was that many. I thought it was still up, to be honest with you, but
It's at least what Puckpedia is saying.
I guess not. Like that was I mean, it just doesn't work. I can't think of an example where it's worked ever, not once.
The Leafs
I hope
technically
they
have a
don't do
3 goalie rotation right now. Stolarz just came back.
I mean, yeah, that's true. I mean, you got.
They shouldn't have played
Should
him.
not have done
man.
that. Yeah,
Stolarz has been the
He
worst
comes-
goalie this year too.
Well, he was out for 2.5 months. They bring him in and they just throw him in against
He didn't get any
Vegas,
conditioning.
and he got cooked
I think he might have had-
immediately.
He had a conditioning stint, but maybe like one game. But yeah, I
I thought
agree.
they did. That
Definitely
was the
should
whole
have
thing.
done
Because didn't Berube say like it wasn't his call yesterday?
it. Or I know he was at least sent down there. Maybe he didn't play at all, but I know at least on the transaction wire that he was. But yeah, they have 3 goalies right now.
Yeah, I mean, you got him, Wool, and who was the guy that came in? It was like
I'm looking at it right now. It's
Remo?
Hildeby.
no, it wasn't. It was Hildeby.
Hildeby.
Yeah. Hildeby was
Hildeby.
like it was Hildebeest for like 10 games.
He's still. I mean, at least his numbers. He's 14th on Money Puck and goal save above expected. Where Stolarz.
I don't know when his last
86
start
out of
was
90th.
because Wool played today against Colorado.
Hildeby played sometime last week. I'm pretty sure.
So yeah, there you go. Another example. They haven't gotten saves in a few games now. It just doesn't work. I am just fundamentally against the idea of it. The goalies hate it. You get bad performances. There's no reason to do it. So, I'm not gonna get mad at Kekalainen until he willingly keeps it. But yeah, if they do it, I'll be upset.
Well, especially with, I mean, the defense depth in this organization right now is pretty rough. Bryson hurt, Timmins hurt. The Amherst they're even more depleted. I mean, I think they have Novikov and Ryan Johnson. That's it right now. Everybody else is.
I think Komarov's been getting healthy scratched a little bit. I think I saw
They
that
just
the
picked
other
up
night.
a guy. What was his name?
Oh, they traded him for Bayreuther. That's who they traded
Bayreuther.
Nuchev for.
Yeah.
So, I mean, they definitely need help on defense. And yeah, I mean, it's what that fatigue to the defense core that I think we saw this week. They need Kesselring back, and they need him to stick around. Otherwise, it's gonna catch up to them. I think at some point.
Yeah.
I don't think it's any mistake of that. Maybe that's why last night was such a good end of the game, because they were able to throw out another body every other shift. I think that's why you saw maybe the defense jump up more a little bit. I mean, I mean, Bryson and Metza were great in their time together. I think it's considering what was expected of them. But if the head coach doesn't trust them to protect the lead, then, I mean, that's hurting the team in more ways than one.
Like, would you have expected at the beginning of the year if I had told you? Would you thought I was crazy when I said Bowen Byram's playing 25 minutes a night? You'd been like, how bad is this
When
team?
they were in Montreal, I don't know what the ice time finished at, but after the second period, Byram had played 18 minutes, and then next the leading ice time leader for the Habs was Matheson at 15. He had played 3 minutes left in Byram.
It's wild, man.
It is a lot for these
Got to
players.
stay healthy
In
down the
this-
stretch.
On this condensed schedule, like I think Powers, Samuelson, and Byram are going to kick up their feet over the Olympic break at this
I
rate.
was gonna say at least they have a break. I mean, Dahlin's still gonna be playing, so he's really not getting a break.
I mean, maybe.
but-
We'll see what his coach does. Maybe it'll be a blessing in disguise. He's on the third pair again.
Yeah, he's not getting power play minutes. Don't
Yeah.
worry, we'll throw out old man Hedman out there. He'll be fine.
Speaking of Dahlin, there was definitely a bit of a scare earlier this week after the Montreal game, too.
Yeah.
I knew, like, Demidov, if anybody saw the play that Dahlin soaked one, I mean, he teed up a wrist shot, and I was a little nervous. But luckily, false alarm, he's all right. That would have been very, very bad. Kesselring picked up his first point yesterday, too, so that was nice to see as well. Guys were giving a little extra shoves in the group hug so that they all know. Hopefully that lights a bit of a fire. Man, I can't believe it took until January for him to get a secondary assist. Poor guy. But no, I think I did like what I saw from him this week too. So hopefully, I mean, he might be the guy most thankful for the Olympic break because someone who's played on ankle sprains before, it's not fun when you keep getting thrown back out there after short rest. I do keep wondering if maybe they've been rushing him a little bit, but it's hard to say.
He hasn't played every game though.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's the thing though. Like it's.
I mean, now that Bryson's hurt, he's probably gonna play a lot more. But him and Bryson were kind of swapping out for the last 2 weeks.
Yeah. Well, we can only hope. Can only hope that he's all right.
And will Timmins be back after the break?
What was it? 4 to 6 weeks they said. Is what he
I can't
broke his-
imagine he's going to be back then.
He broke his leg.
He broke his leg. I mean, honestly, like leg
Was that
breaks
against
are.
Philly during the
Yeah.
streak? So
Let
that was
me see.
like December. It was like a week before Christmas.
Leg breaks are easier to come back from than like a major sprain.
Yeah, I mean
But-
it's not like he shattered it or like dislocated anything. I would
Puck-
assume he's
I would
I mean,
assume he's back
based-
after the break.
after the break. You would think, yeah.
I would think so. Puck Beauty is saying he's technically day to day and that he could return February 5th. But
Nah, they'll
he
hold him
won't.
past.
Yeah,
Did he
but
get thrown on LTIR?
No, I don't think so. On
JP's looking
on-
at it.
No,
If
he's
you
just
would've-
on regular IR.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah,
So yeah, he should be back then, which will definitely help.
We'll see. I mean, if he gets thrown Bowen Byram, I don't know.
Well, that's true. But this is a different Byram. Different Byram from the beginning of the
Something
Yeah,
season.
but-
changed when he shattered his leg.
Danforth could
man.
return back then.
yeah.
Huh?
What he
Yeah,
had, he had
honestly,
a busted
I
kneecap
heard
or
everybody
everybody-
a
something.
little bit too.
Everybody that's hurt could return. I mean, other than Kulik. But everybody else that I'm looking at, I mean, Norris, Timmins, Bryson, Dunn, and Danforth, they should all probably be
I
back.
don't think. No, Bryson's not going to be back.
What was his actual injury?
I don't think they announced, but he blocked a shot to the hand, and then Lindy said he's going to miss some time.
Probably either broke his hand or
Yeah, I would
Something.
guess. I would guess he's
broken
done.
wrist.
I mean, hey, who knows? Maybe it was a minor break, but at the very least, I would think it's Olympic break. Afterwards, that he's back.
Mhm.
What's the final tally count there? So we know Norris is probably coming back. Bryson will probably be back, or not Bryson. Timmins might be back.
Danforth.
Danforth maybe.
and Dunn.
Maybe Kulik surprises us.
Dude, that's five. That's 5 man
So I'm
bodies.
just like wondering, like, what is the roster gonna
All on IR too, yeah. Like none of them
Yeah,
are
what do
being
they-
scratched.
What do they do? Who comes out of the lineup?
I mean, Ellis is a spot. Hellenius is probably a spot. Like at least till the
That's what I'm
trade
thinking.
deadline. Like Hellenius is probably like okay. At the very least, what you got Norris coming back. Timmins is probably coming back too.
You got to cut fat
So
on
that's
the
at
roster.
least 2. Like that's 2 spots. If you move a goalie, okay. I mean,
It's
I
like-
guess it is sort of seamless because you bring back Timmins, then you get to send down Zach Jones. So I guess that's
Yeah.
not an issue. Or maybe you send down Metza first. But I guess
Does-
if one more body gets added to it, then you're probably talking Hellenius goes back.
Hellenius, now that I'm looking at the Amerks schedule, they play during the Olympic break, so I think Hellenius, we gotta start saying that, and maybe even Oslin.
I wouldn't send Oslin. You need his
I
legs
probably-
for this
yeah,
final stretch.
Definitely not, but I think Hellenus will definitely be sent down, so we shouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, I think Hellenus is he an all-star rep or was it just Roseanne? I don't know.
Is Kozak on a one-way? Is he on a
I
two-way?
forgot about Kozak too. Yeah,
He's been playing though,
Is he-
so
he's not hurt technically, right?
He's not hurt. No, he was in the
He's
lineup
just-
last
yeah,
game.
He's just in and out for Greenway. Yeah, you're right.
I mean, that's not trying to like pick on anyone, but like elephant in the room here. The load management guy you're paying $4 million to, like, come on, that's the easy move.
Has he scored?
I mean,
When's the
I'm
last
not
time?
saying
Was his last goal against Colorado? Was that the last time he scored a goal?
probably. I don't
was
even
his
know.
Was his last point against Ottawa?
But like, come on, like I'm sure it's not in like no trade is easy, but like $4 million load management 4th liner, like, come on.
Kozak would have to be put through waivers.
No, you don't want to do that.
But yes, the Greenway thing is kind of crazy.
Yeah.
That's why you probably see him move. Like I wouldn't be surprised. He finally. We don't know if Yarmo actually made the trade. It was probably someone else who's managing the Amerks. But his first trade
Maybe. I don't
is
know.
finally
I mean,
done. Like,
we don't really know who's running it for now. I mean, I think it was said it might be Bergevin and Josh Flynn.
Greenway doesn't
maybe
have.
Ventura made it. I don't know.
Greenway's last goal was November 13th.
Well, they said
doesn't have
cut
a
you
point
off,
in
but they
7
said
games.
Bayruther played for the Blue Jackets for a little bit.
Yeah.
So, I mean, maybe it wasn't a Yarmo thing, but it might have been a Josh Flynn one. Continue.
Just saying that Greenway scored on November 13th, and he hasn't.
That was in
had
Colorado,
a point.
right?
Yeah, yep. And he hasn't had a point in 7 games.
Oh my God, who was his point
Dude,
against?
Let me
It was like
pull
the
it back
Rangers
up.
game. Was that the last one? Or no,
It
it was.
solves-
I think it was against Vancouver, right? Didn't
He
he?
has 5 points in 33 games, and he had an assist against Vancouver. Yep.
I mean, just putting the
He's
roster
2
stuff
points in the
aside.
last 2 months.
Just putting the roster stuff aside, it's like going into the off season, going into the Jeff Skinner big year of like the contract buyout. It's like that is a slam dunk, open and shut. Like trade him for future considerations.
He's part of the leadership group, though.
He's not doing anything on the ice.
There are quite a few
I'm
guys.
sure Terry
who are-
Pegula is part of the leadership group too.
I mean, I think we should throw Greenway in as a guy who's gonna appreciate this Olympic break too. I mean, it's no secret this load management is for a reason.
He's obviously hurt.
It's obviously getting a little ridiculous, but he's still
But
hurt
that was my whole thing originally. It's like, why are we even playing this game with his health? Just, take your time. Yeah, something's got to be moved. Something's got to give. It's going to happen. Your team's going to get healthy.
It's very obvious what they could attack this trade deadline. I think if they wanted to. They had a good week, but man, that third line still scares me. I just don't think it's a playoff viable third line.
Mm-hmm.
Like
It's fun. It's fun.
I
but-
think if they played Carolina, like they would abuse that line in Carolina.
Mm-hmm.
Ryan McLeod's perfect, man, but I don't know if he can carry those two through a playoff series.
Carrying Zucker and Quinn.
I gotta like Zuck. I just worry about like in the Carolina, like the Carolina game was such a good measuring stick for who would excel in a playoff series. Tage was great. Darlene did his thing. Obviously, Doan and Benson, they were doing their thing. But there was just a few guys that you're like, Alex Tuck was pretty bad that day. Jack Quinn was getting abused on the walls in his own zone. Owen Power played his best game of the season that day. I just worry. I think like the third line, I know we talked about the defense getting tired and everything, but I think that top four can get you through a playoff series. And if you get Kesselring at full strength, I think the D-core is okay. I think the forward group definitely needs another body, a more responsible one.
Yeah, but I hope the plan isn't to just be like, hey, we're getting healthy, we'll just bump out the guy who's struggling. Or you could do that, or you could, take a swing for the fences and really make this like a memorable run. If you get in, it's like there's, you gotta. There's no secret. You got to logjam at forwards, and there's a certain team that also plays in your state that's currently selling assets, and there's a.
What are you getting at here?
I think you know what I'm getting at.
What are you getting at?
And there's a trade. There's already been a trade template sent out. I mean, like, you could do it. You could do something like that. If your first round pick is gonna be somewhere in the 20s, who cares? Like, come on.
You
I think
really
we all
want
know where I'm
Panarin,
getting at,
don't
man.
you?
I do. It would just be such an. This team is dying for just one more
Yeah.
playmaking winger who could just take you over the top.
I was
He
surprised.
can move out some dead weight.
I was a little surprised at how many people truly are against Panarin. There were a lot of people in our comment section last episode, and then on Twitter, like there's a lot of people that are kind of against it, especially at the Brock Nelson price that Friedman laid out last night. And I was just kind of thinking to myself, like, I know this is the first team, like we've tried to make these comparisons for years because everybody wants to compare a good Sabres team to the mid-2000 Sabres teams, but like, man, this might be 05-06, to a degree. And like, wouldn't you want to add an Artemi Pen? Like, if you could go back, and I was trying to find a kind of like a player comp in my mind, like Hall of Famer forward in his mid-30s, and it's funny because they played him in that run that my mind kind of went to like Peter Forsberg. Like, if you could do it, wouldn't you snap your fingers and wouldn't you want to put Peter Forsberg on the 05-06 Sabres? If you could do it. Just give that team everything they wanted. If all it took was like a first-round pick, a third-round pick, and like Clark MacArthur.
Considering what Clark MacArthur did it.
Yeah, I mean, he was a good player.
He was good.
It would have been a tough player to lose, but like, wouldn't you want to do everything just to give that team another push? And it's like, now, wouldn't you want to give up? I mean, it's tough to find a comparable prospect to Callum Ritchie, but like, wouldn't you want to add that little extra something to this team if you could do it? It's all moot if he doesn't want to waive, but I don't know. As they just keep winning, man, and they just deserve to have that little extra boost given to them, like a big one. Like, imagine adding someone that could be the best player on your team. Panarin walks in. There's an argument he's the best player on the team this season. Best forward. It's
and why wouldn't you waive? I mean, you're only going to be. Your contract's over in a few months.
And they're at the bottom of the conference. Like,
if any team sitting in a playoff spot, you could just be like, sure, all right, I'll go there for a few months, crash, and then get paid somewhere else.
I feel like there's a few names out there right now. I mean, Panarin, obvious, and Robert Thomas and Jordan Kyrou. I mean, that's a big discussion right now.
I feel like it's like a pipe dream. It's just been constant. Their names have been constantly out there.
Robert Thomas is, I think, potentially the perfect addition for the team. Like, it just checks literally every single box imaginable. That if they could do it, oh man, I'd be willing to go very far to get him. I mean, he is, like last year. For anybody that's been listening to this show, and like we have talked at length about Elias Pettersson, about adding that. And that was because, this team, I think, no matter what, I mean, it's funny, we're having potentially cup conversations about them, at least like this team could maybe go on a run this year. So like the conversation has kind of been sped up. But I've always thought to myself, I think they're going to need a big first-line center trade eventually. They're going to have to find that guy. And Pettersson seemed like the only realistic one last year. Mid-20s. Sure, he needed to reform his game, but mid-20s, fit the timeline, and he was very much available for trade. Like, very much so. Vancouver probably regrets not pulling the trigger last year. And the reason I wanted him so badly is I thought he was the only path to that. How else are you supposed to get a mid-20s first-line superstar center? That seemed like the only possible option. Well, maybe you've got another chance. Maybe you've got it. And you've got a guy who is one of the league's best playmakers, is only 26, is on a fantastic deal, which you could not say about Pettersson. And he is a bona fide first-line center. My God, if that was available, man.
Jeez, yeah,
I'd be willing to go very far for that.
5 more years at 8.125.
It's such a good contract.
Locked up. Yep. Man. These are fun conversations to have because they're more likely to happen when you actually win games. It's not just, pie in the sky like Pettersson last year. It's like, oh, maybe he would come,
That wasn't
like,
pie in the sky, though. That was real.
Well,
that
before
was
his
very real.
move clause
last year
kicked
was
in.
very real.
Yeah, but guess who was GM?
But now it's
Mr.
like,
I don't do
now
anything.
it's, now, if Pettersson, like, he didn't have the no move clause, but I guess, like, once it kicked in and, like, we had conversations earlier this year again, it's like, why would he waive for Buffalo? He's like, I don't know. You just would want to waive to get anywhere from Vancouver. Now it's like, well, Buffalo's a contender, at least a playoff contender. Like, they're a good team now. You can start making that argument. A lot of it is, you can still make the case. Why would Artemi Panarin waive? And it still has validity, but I feel like now it's softer. Now that noise is kind of softer because Buffalo is the 7th best team in the NHL right now.
What a time to be alive, right? Let's hope it stays that way. A lot of season left.
It'd be perfect, man. One of those.
Yeah.
I mean, even Kyrou. Kyrou would be great, too. But, I don't know. It's still, those two, it just feels like an off-season move if they're going to do it.
Mm-hmm.
It just kind of feels that way. But, man, they should be all in on Robert Thomas if he's available. But, yeah, the Panarin one, we didn't really, we had, it was funny, like, when we talked about Panarin initially, we said, yeah, the Brock Nelson trade is probably the template, and, well, it is, like, for sure now. So it's, would you trade a conditional first, a conditional third, like Jack Quinn and Zach Jones for Artemi Panarin?
Immediately.
For 3
Sign
months
me up
of it.
for that right now. Yep, sign me up for him right now. Because it takes care of the problem of, again, I think Jack Quinn could have a long and very good career in the NHL, but it's just not the analytics just don't back it up. You solve a problem there, get some money off the roster. It's like first round pick in the 20s. It's like, who cares?
To be on the other side of it, with Helenius finally being called up, what other prospects do we really have? Murtka's the only other one. Wahlberg's kind of
You've got no high
plateauing, I feel like. That would be my... I would probably lean towards yes, but on the other side of it, our prospects are pretty depleted, which it's not awful because our team is young, like all of our guys are up here, so it's not like you need any more, but you probably should still have some other guys kicking down there that you can feel good about bringing up.
Yeah,
Who knows what Roseanne's going to do? Like, Roseanne's still down there, but maybe this could be his last year with us. Like, who knows?
This is the problem we've always wanted to have, though. It's like we got to a point where the team is really good, and then this is the next step in organizational stability. Then you rebuild your prospect pool. It's like, reward the team in the short term, and then you go back to work and you start, good drafting, maybe hit on a few late round guys for once. That's all it takes.
Yeah, I mean, I have more confidence now that he's brought in Bergevin, he's brought in Josh Flynn. It's a core, and especially we don't even talk about the Tampa Bay, the former director of player personnel in Tampa, Stacey Rose, that they brought in to be someone to help out with player development. I mean, even like that was interesting because taking on just a simple scouting position, I think my point is I think a major reform of the scouting is coming at the end of the season, which they're gonna need. They might not have a first round pick this year. I would still bet on them having it, but they won't have a second. And now that Helenius is up, and if he's not here for the stretch run now, he'll be up with the team next season. Like, that is going to happen
for sure.
And you're gonna need to replenish that because who's your best forward prospect now?
think it's still Wahlberg, but
Maybe
I don't know who else.
Brody Zemer, Jake Richard, like guys that could be NHL players and maybe effective ones, but
Poltapov.
nothing. Poltapov, if he ever freaking comes
You're
over,
never going to see him again.
even then, like you're topping out. I think is like maybe can play on the second line, but I wouldn't consider a top 6 forward.
No.
There's nobody like Hellenius left, and that's like we said. It's okay. It's perfectly fine. They are healthy. You have Zach Benson, Josh Doan, Noah Ostlund. You got Konsta Helenius. Ryan McLeod is not old. You'll be okay.
Mm-hmm.
And then we re-sign Alex Tuck in the offseason.
I think I'm okay. Is that a good trend?
Yeah, I think I'm gonna pass on that big dog. You really
Josh
think there's
Doan.
other teams? Yeah.
I mean, we bring up Tuck. Josh Doan. I mean, there's an extension handed out right there.
Josh Doan, 7 years, $6.95 million per season. Oh my God, what a contract! Could not believe
Absolute steal.
Unreal number, absolutely unreal. My only I wish I would have had an 8th year, but they probably wanted to keep it under $7 million. What a deal, man! Unbelievable number. You've got Josh Doan until he's 31 years old.
Yeah, I was expecting like a 7x8, or I was expecting minimum, like considering where the cap is.
I wasn't
going to
expecting
go.
7 years.
I wasn't. Oh, you were expecting like a bridge,
Like a 4 or like a McLeod type deal.
I honestly wasn't expecting what happened mid-season.
Yeah, I mean there was nothing on that. I mean
No rumors.
Nobody had anything. It just popped out at 5 or 6 o'clock on a Wednesday night.
Best news I could have gotten on a Wednesday.
It was man, getting that notification.
With signing bonuses.
Two signing bonuses.
Signing
Back
bonuses.
to back at the start of the contract.
Man, the bad vibes really are shifting to the Bills. Oh. You know it's bad when Terry doesn't realize, oh, wait, there's signing bonuses in here? All his attention is on the other team right
How'd
now.
that get in there?
It's great, though. Well, let Yarmo cook. I mean, it makes me think, like, you just got Josh Doan on what we think is a great deal with how he's been playing. There's another guy out there. I mean, Jonas talked about him at length on this pod, but Zach Benson, too. Like, I wonder what they'll do with him. Like, if you're going to get Josh Doan at under 7, like, could you get
I've
Benson?
been saying
like
you can
5 or
get
6?
Benson under 6 for I think a full term contract, which is incredible value.
Yeah.
I mean, we didn't even touch on last game. I mean, he made maybe the pass of the season to Tage Thompson the other night.
Yeah.
It's he's going at it with Scott Mayfield, who's like got a solid. There's like
He's
a
such a
solid
rat.
8-inch difference there in terms of height.
And he just
funny.
punched him in the mouth, and then it just all explodes.
He's still talking to him in the penalty box. Like, he's awesome.
He's the best.
Yeah, that extension's going to be nice, too.
I've seen the nickname Scrappy Doo going around for him.
Scrappy Doo.
There was
I like that a
a
lot.
caller. I think that came from a caller on WGR. I heard it in the morning, like a couple of days ago, and I think it's been making the round since.
It's good. It's really good.
It's a good
I like
nickname.
that a lot.
Scrappy Doo Benson.
If he's Scrappy, who's Scooby then?
It's a good one.
Josh Doan.
I don't know. We'll have to work. No,
You
it's
gotta-
Darlene.
you gotta
It's
get
got to
like-
be Darlene, right?
Yeah.
They lived together. He lived in his basement. Yeah, there it is.
That's true.
Yep. And he was Scooby Doo for Halloween.
Oh yeah, he was Scooby Doo for
Oh
Halloween.
my
He
god.
was. There you go. That's your answer. There you go. That aligns. Oh my god, that is so perfect. It
Scooby
literally
and
aligns
Scrappy.
perfect.
I still laugh thinking about that Halloween picture. You can't even see his face. Like the whole front of the mask, or like the hat of the costume, just over his eyes. It's
He's
just
the
Scooby
best,
Doo.
man. Oh my god. Still only the second best costume he ever wore. Nothing beats
Wait, what was-
Frozone.
Oh yeah, the Frozone costume.
That one was iconic. Yeah, like Zach Benson could get signed for. I mean, I feel like anything less than like 6.5 for 7 or 8 years is a win. He might be able to get below 6. You know, it's crazy.
I think he could.
I think it's very possible. You know, like the comps are, you know, both Hurricanes. It's Stankoven and Jackson Blake, and Jackson Blake got what 8x5, right? You know, like if, like just from a bare negotiation standpoint, you're walking into a meeting with Kekalainen and saying, okay, you know, you're not on the first power play unit like Josh Doan. I guess you do kill penalties, but you're not on the first line as much as Josh Doan. Like, there's a case to be made to, you know, earn a decent amount less than that. So it's possible, man. And wouldn't be surprised if it happens, you know, by the end of the season. I also think the much more interesting conversation about that, what does that tell you about Alex Tuch? We have heard, and we actually heard a few days ago, I think Friedman brought it up again, and we know we heard it a few months back, that if Alex Tuch got signed, that's going to affect their ability to sign Doan and Benson in particular long term. And now Josh Doan just got signed long term.
One of those shoes just dropped. Man, I just hate that he's asking for so much because I'd love him back on the team. But I think without ruining the vibes of this season, unfortunately, you're just going to have to cut your losses.
So do you know how much cap space? Do you know how much cap space the team has next year?
Isn't it like $13 million?
It's 13.2.
Yeah.
So you're like bare minimum. Let's go like, hey, Alex Tuch is feeling nice, and he decides to take $9 million, which is not going to happen. You got $4 million. You got to re-sign Zach Benson,
Michael Kesselring, and sure, you can make your Jack Quinn trade. You can make your Jordan Greenway trade, but you also want to make the team better. Right.
And it's tough, man. Like then you start, you know, if you want to make your team, like if you want to bring in like a Robert Thomas, like if you want to bring in another $8 million player, that's not going to happen without both the Greenway and a Quinn trade. And then maybe you have to move out another piece. Like then you'd be trading maybe Zucker, maybe you'd trade Luukkonen. Like it's the Alex Tuch contract, especially now that you have a number on Josh Doan. Your cap is becoming a lot clearer for next season, and it's like this team, they can't
Skinner
afford.
buyout, man.
They can't afford what he's. Well, yeah, the Skinner buyout is a bitch.
Sitting in the corner like that, just looking at you. What are you gonna do though? It's like kind of got handcuffed there, but good thing you took advantage of the space while you had it, right? Did we do that?
Not yet.
Oh, we saved.
Hey, we got
Thank God.
Got a new
we
scoreboard.
helped Terry's wallet. We got a new scoreboard.
Got a new scoreboard. I think I agree with Christian though. I think I'm getting to the point where I don't think you can trade him, and if he walks, it is what it is.
He walks.
Like,
yeah.
I'm not with how we're playing right now. I'm really not concerned about giving him up for nothing. I'm really not concerned about that.
My thing is not about like, hey, you need to get value back. It's that it should be on the table. He's not really he's not. So we were having this debate amongst ourselves. Is Alex Tuch a core player?
I think he definitely has been a core
player.
I think he has. Yeah.
What's your core?
Dahlin, Tage, Tuch.
That's your big three.
Power.
I really think it's like Dahlin,
I don't think Tuch is that anymore.
Well, now, I mean,
I think
Doan,
I will agree
Tuch,
with you
Doan,
for this year, but
Tage.
the past 4 or 5 years he's been here, he's been a part of the core.
Well, that's great, but if he's not this year, and this is the year they're at 30 wins through 50 or so games,
I think you still got to put him at. I mean, he's got the second most points on the team. He's your top penalty killer. He's one of your assistant captains. Like, I don't know. I think he's still technically a part of the core this year. I don't think that's crazy to say.
I don't know. I just think you've moved past him a little bit. Like, I think your core now, it's Dahlin, it's Tage, it's Doan, it's Power, and, like, if you were to rank the core, like, numerically, like, where does he rank? Like, would you put him or Josh Norris higher?
I mean, considering Norris will be here for longer.
Sure. So, like, what is he, like, 7th on the list?
I mean, with this contract, yes.
I mean, core player or not, I think I am really starting to come around to why Jonah was so hesitant originally to give him that money. It just, even just looking at it on paper, it just doesn't. You have all these. You have Josh Doan, who's been a horse for you, signed at $7 million. You have, and I know first contract. Same with Tage and all that. I know Tuck is looking for a second payday, but it's like he doesn't provide $10.5 million worth of value. He doesn't. And the only reason I was willing to give him that money is because I did think he was a core player. And I think he's important to the fabric of this team, the community, just overall vibes of the locker room too. And I think, like I said, I think that the happy medium I've come to is you set your price. I know there's specific numbers he's asking for. They're not close. We say, okay, put our pencils down. Let's focus on playing hockey. And then you get to July 1st, and if there's some team out there that's like, oh, okay, I want that big ass contract on my books for the next 8 years, power to them. Yeah. But I would be shocked if another team gives him that.
I am completely fine I am completely fine with doing that. This team is too good to, try and make your team worse for the purpose of getting assets back. My thing is that if a Tuck trade does maybe make you better, or like slightly, marginally worse, but you get the assets to justify it, like this team is winning. Like they lost Josh Norris, 5 games ago, 6 games ago? Who did they lose? What was his last game?
It was
the Philly game, right?
At home against Philly. Yeah.
So they've beaten Montreal twice in regulation. They're obviously now on their second 3-game win streak. Like they're doing that without Norris, their second line center. And I just feel like like getting him back. I'm not saying you take Tuck off the roster right now. And it's not even including what maybe he would get you back. I think this team can more than survive it and kind of be fine. But I get you're a better team with him on it as constructed. I'm just saying like that Rasmus Anderson trade, just the template. Like they got a first, a conditional second. They got a prospect who's not very good, and then they got Zach Whitecloud. Like depending on like what the prospect or like the young player would be. Like what if he got, I don't know, like let's say it was like, I don't know. It's tough to make a comp, but like if it was like Detroit and they gave you a conditional first, conditional second, Marco Kasper, and then like Jacob Bernard Docker back, or like something along those lines. Like, I guess trading him for a potential, to a potential playoff opponent, notwithstanding, but like that type of value. Like, I don't know. I think it would make me think, because like this year is awesome and it is great, and I think they can go far. But like when it's all said and done, like it will come to an end, and then you're gonna be like, well, was it worth it? Was it worth it to keep him for 3, 4, 5 playoff wins? Maybe, but I don't know yet. I just think it's worth entertaining.
Mm-hmm.
I don't disagree with that. And I do think the Tuck discourse might be slightly going the other way. Like, I don't think he's been playing the best, and people have been talking about it. So I think it should at least be a discussion, but I still don't think you can trade him.
Completely fair. All right. Any other notes? Any other notes about the team? Anything else from this week? No? Nothing at all? This team's great on the road all of a sudden.
Great everywhere, but yeah, on the road too.
Yeah, haven't they won like 9 out of their last 11 on the road, or 11 out of their last 13 or something? Something crazy. They've been very good on the road. They've turned back into the road warriors of 22-23.
Mm-hmm.
It took them till December to get their first regulation win on the road.
Yeah.
It's crazy the turnaround that's had, like 18-3-1 since the Kevyn Adams firing rumor started. I guess technically 15-3-1 since he's been fired. It's really all
crazy.
it took. Enjoy the ride. Enjoy the ride while it's going on.
Man, once again, like Saturday's just gonna be crazy. Because they've got Leafs away, then Kings at home. Like this could be riding. You could be riding a 5-game win. I mean, LA's a good team, but could be riding a 5-game winning streak going into that Saturday night. Like, could be.
Nothing would make me happier than going into Toronto and just putting your foot on the throat of the Leafs season.
I know they gotta avenge that dog shit playoff loss they had earlier in the season.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think about that? The stat I put out there about teams to hit 61 points through like 50 games. I genuinely, it started as a drought stat, and I just kept going. And teams like they just no Sabres teams were as good through 50 games as the one we're watching now. I had to go all the way back because obviously you have a given 05, 06, 06, 07, they were monsters. The 2009-2010 team won the division. But the next closest team was, what was it, like the 93-94 Sabre? Or was it the late night? One team got to like 57 points. I need to pull it up because I made a spreadsheet. Let me see. So the 1989-90 Sabres were at 60 points. But that's it, man. Like, crazy. That this is like almost historic. And I also found some like hysterical Sabres seasons because the farther you go back, the less teams were in the league. Like
some of those mid '80s teams, man, were bad.
Well, not even that. Dude, like I was watching. Like JP and I's father, he like kind of like the 92-93 team is like the team that got away. That could have done it.
Yeah.
Like, Mayday, they lost to the Habs, who won the Stanley Cup, and like 3 of their 4 games went to overtime. Dude, they were 38-36, and they made the playoffs. 84 points. They went into that series against the Bruins on a 7-game losing streak.
And then they won 4
But they had
straight.
a plus 38 goal differential. I'm like, who is this team? This doesn't make any sense.
What is this league right now?
And I think the team, was a team after it, or one Sabres team made the playoffs with 74 points.
Oh my god!
But it's the playoff format.
That's like
Was
like
it less
the tank
games
team.
too?
I mean, there's 80 games, but
Oh yeah.
I was
It's like the Darlene tank team making the playoffs.
Yeah. No, I think I don't think it was quite that bad. But yeah. I mean, this is a funny one. So obviously the 2014-15 Sabres were the worst through 50 games that I saw. They were at 31 points. And the 13-14 Sabres weren't much better at 35, but that was not the second worst team. The 87 Sabres the
Pierre Turgeon
Turgeon
team.
Sabres had 34 points through 50 games.
Oh, man.
They were bad.
The lottery teams, man, they were really, really bad teams. 14-15, 80, I think that's 86-87, the Turgeon one. And then the Owen Power win was atrocious.
They were at 33. Yep.
Oh, I don't even want to think about those
worst.
teams.
That was the second worst, yeah. couldn't believe it. I mean, that is, you just think about it. That is like 20-something teams that they are better than in the last 30 years. Nuts.
Yeah.
This team is very good.
It's about time. We've been waiting for this.
About damn time. Okay. On that note, before we jump into the weekly preview, we've joked about the Ottawa Senators in this episode. They're up 7-0 versus the Vegas Golden Knights.
Oh my god!
Second half of a back-to-back too. That's hilarious.
Oh, another thing to add. I did just see a glance at my phone. I did see a Frank the Tank crash out, so that means the Devils must have lost.
They lost to Seattle. Yep.
Okay. All right. Well, 7-0. They put a touchdown up on the Golden Knights.
Got the same amount of touchdowns that Drake May did today.
Scored as many goals as the Broncos did points.
Drake,
Yeah.
Trent Dilfer May.
All right. On that note, believe that's everything. JP, take us through the weekly preview.
All right. We got 3 games this week. We got Toronto, Los Angeles, and Montreal. So the Sabres are at Toronto on Tuesday at 7 p.m. on MSG. This is the last game of a five-game road streak. The Leafs are 24-18-9, 6th in the Atlantic. They are 6 points behind us with 1 more game played. When was the last time that we were this far ahead of the Leafs in like a serious season? Like, it's got to be
A serious season? Well, here's the thing. It was the Matthews lottery. It was 15-16, and that Eichel team had an okay year. So I'm going to say it was probably 15-16.
I did not look, so I was genuinely. It's just crazy. I mean, the Leafs have obviously been so good for years now, and the fact that we're
that year
6 points in front of them with the game in hand, like they're starting.
And they keep losing too.
Yeah,
like
they're on a 4-game losing streak.
It hasn't looked good at all. You saw that? Did you see that picture of William Nylander in the press box flipping off the camera?
Yeah, it's not.
Him, Chris
going
Tanev.
good. They just had the Marner return to Toronto, and that didn't go their way. Even though they were all booing him. Like, it's weird to see the Leafs kind of falling, and we're above them now. It's really
now that
really
Jonah's
weird.
back, ask him that question.
When was the
let's
last
see what he
time
thinks.
we've been 6 points ahead of the Leafs? Like
6 points?
Like, at this point in the season. I don't know the answer. It's been a long time, I feel like.
At this
Let me
point.
see if you answer the same answer as I did.
6 points ahead.
With the game in hand, by the way, too.
Would it have been the division-winning team?
That's
No.
not. No, that's not
What
what
was
I
it, 06,
thought.
07?
No, I thought it was 15-16. That's the year they tanked and they went for Matthews. I mean, it makes
Yeah,
sense.
I mean, but I remember that. Well, I just know the Sabres that season they had a bad start, so like, I don't know if they ever like gained that much ground on them. So wait, that was the answer, 15-16?
No, it was
don't
just
know
my
the answer.
guess.
You don't know the answer?
No, I was
So
just
why the hell would you ask the question?
bringing up
We don't
his
know what the answer
conversation.
is.
I was just bringing up his conversation.
Oh,
Jeez.
my
Let me
God.
see if I could do a little research on this.
I
My
do
guess-
enough research
my-
for this friggin' weekly preview.
My guess would be the division-winning team.
My point was the Leafs have just been so good the past decade, you could probably say, and they're not looking the best right now, and we're 6 points in front of them. Like, it's nice to see.
It is very nice to see.
Yeah, I mean, they're on a 4-game losing streak, lost to Minnesota, Detroit, Vegas, and Colorado today. Obviously, that includes Marner's return to Toronto. They've lost 6 of 7. It's not going good for them. And they did play today, so we'll have the rest advantage on them too. We've split so far with them this year, so I mean, it's still a big game. It's still a divisional game. Like, they're only 6 points out. I think they might be. Boston is 2 points behind us, I think.
1 point
1 point. So I
right
mean,
now, yeah.
the Leafs are only 5 points out of a playoff spot, but it's definitely not trending in the right direction.
So the 2015-16 Sabres finished with 81 points. The Maple Leafs finished with 69 points.
But I know the end of the season. At this point in the season, right?
My thing is, though, I'm going to assume that they had at least a little bit of a cushion going into that, into the final stretch.
In my research, generally,
both of those teams
hit the
were having an
50-game
ass
mark
off.
around January.
They finished 7th and 8th in the division, respectively.
So when the Sabres got to 50 games in 15-16, they were 1 point ahead of the Leafs.
Hmm.
So it would be farther back, I believe.
Oh, okay.
I think it's... Well, JP, continue. I will update when I get the chance.
Point being, things are not going good though over there in Toronto. Goaltender matchup. Could be line, could be UPL. They currently have a 3-goalie rotation. They got Joseph Woll, Dennis Hildeby, and Anthony Stolarz, who was just returned from injury, and he did start 2 games ago. Woll is 11-6-4. He saved 33 of 36 today. I got most of these stats were before the game today. But he had a 9.12 coming in today, 2.85, and was about middle of the pack for goal save above expected. Hildeby, who stepped in for Stolarz because he was hurt, has actually been pretty good. He's 5-6-4, but he's got a 9.12, a 2.9 goals against, and he's 14th in the league in money pucks goal save above expected. And Stolarz is 6-6-1 and 880, 3.63, and he's 86 out of 90 goalies for goal save above expected. So him kind of being rushed back and starting might not have been the best decision. William Nylander, Dakota Mermis, and Chris Tanev are all day-to-day and will likely miss our game. And Dakota Joshua is likely out until after the Olympic break. Even though Nylander is hurt, he's only played in 37 games. He is leading the team in points. He's got 48 points in 37 games. Tavares has 44 points. Matthew Nyes is leading the team in assists with 31 and 43 points. Matthews is under a point per game with the team leading 25 goals and an additional 17 assists. Rookie Easton Cohen has cooled off. He's got 17 points in 41 games. The good old Marner replacement, Matthias Michelli, has 20 points in 41 games. Then Oliver Ekman-Larsson leads the defenseman with 31 points, and Morgan Riley has 30. They only have one former Sabre. That's Jake McCabe. Got 4 goals, 15 assists, and is a plus 14. So he's still doing his thing on the back end, playing some good defense.
Jake McCabe, man. I remember when he got hurt in that COVID year. Well, I guess you would call it the bubble year, or after the bubble playoffs, he got hurt, and I think that was the last time we saw him in a Sabres uniform. Because he was playing well, too, and everyone was like, no, come on. Now he's gone, and then that was it.
The Bristow pair. Never forget that one streak they went on. Team was
Never
tweeting
forget.
about how good they were.
All-time ass off. There we go.
Olympic participants, they got William Nylander for Sweden, Oliver Ekman-Larsson for Sweden, and Austin Matthews for the United States. Key of this game is the Leafs are on a 4-game losing streak. They need to get back on track, so don't let them do that. Don't take these guys for granted. They're going to be playing motivated, just play your game. And at the end of the day, it is a divisional game, and if the Leafs do come back, like, this is a big one. We've split with them so far, but you could take the current season series against them with the win. You got any answer before I move on to the Kings?
I believe it was the 10-11 team.
Oh, the 10-11 team.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's been some time.
Mm-hmm.
It's been some time.
Yeah, it was 10 years old.
I mean,
Yeah.
I didn't look at most of the drought teams, but like just off my memory, I don't think.
Can't imagine.
I think maybe. Nah, I don't. But by this point, like I said, the 18-19 team was already behind them. So, yeah.
So then the Sabres are at home against Los Angeles Thursday at 7 p.m. This is Black History Night, and it is a throwback Thursday, so they will be wearing the goat heads. The Kings are 21-16-13, fourth in the Pacific. They have the most overtime/shootout losses in the league. 7 of their last 11 games have gone to OT.
They gotta switch the point system, dude. That is ridiculous.
It's crazy. They're currently out of a playoff spot, but they are tied with the Sharks in points. But I mean, 13 is absurd. I think the next closest is Vegas, who has 12.
Even that's
and then
crazy.
The Penguins have
The
11,
West
I think.
is a friggin' joke.
Penguins have 11.
Yeah, it's just 13 is crazy. They almost have as many OT losses as they do regulation losses, but they're tied with the playoff spot. It's interesting.
55 points is the cutoff in the West right now.
And ours is 62.
Ours is 62. Good thing we have a cushion, though.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. The Kings were on a 4-game losing streak coming into this week, but they won both of their games this week against the Rangers and the Blues in OT. They play a back-to-back Monday, Tuesday against the Blue Jackets and Wings, and we are their 4th game on a 6-game road trip.
Okay.
Their power play is last in the league at 15.2%. For reference, we are at 18.8%, and our power play is dog shit, so they are having a rough year.
So what you're saying is they're due. They're due.
They could be due, but their penalty kill is also 25th in the league, 77.3%.
No wonder
So-
they have so many OT losses.
Yeah,
they can't play. They can't play at anything that's not 5v5.
That's my key of the game, the special teams battle. Like, you got to take advantage of this. They are very, very rough there. You think about if they just had a league average power play, they're probably maybe six more wins, like not counting OT losses. That's why the Sabres need to have a good power play. It could really bite you, and it's definitely biting the Kings. Goaltender matchup, they have Darcy Kemper and Anton Forsberg. Kemper is 13-9-9, a .902 save percentage, 2.56 goals against, and he's 27th in the league in goals saved above expected. And Forsberg is 8-6-4, a .907, a 2.56 goals against, and he's 21st in the league in goals saved above expected. He's right above Lyon. So their goaltending has actually been pretty solid this year.
Well, it's needed to be. They signed Brian Dumoulin and Cody Ceci to 4-year deals in the offseason.
Yep.
Cook.
And
Kenny Money.
We'll get to this next, but they're not exactly putting up a lot of points either, like their players. Only injuries, Anze Kopitar is day-to-day, but he should return this week, and Trevor Moore was just activated off the IR. Their team leading in points is Adrian Kempe with 39 points. So what, they've played probably 51, 52 games. They have someone who's even close to a point per game. He has a team leading 22 assists. Kevin Fiala has 36 points. He has a team leading 18 goals. Quentin Byfield only has 28 points in 49 games. Corey Perry's at 25 and 39. And Kopitar's at 21 points in 31 games. They're not producing that much. Bergevin Clark
sees the ship sinking and jumped.
Yeah.
That makes more sense now.
It's weird. They're not. It's crazy. They don't. If they just had, 6 other regulation losses instead of these OT losses, I mean, they would be in a bad spot. Brand Clark leads the defenseman in points with 25, and we will actually possibly have a family matchup this week against them. Do either of you know who? Someone has a cousin on this team.
Oh, a cousin. Oh,
Mhm.
man.
He's played 23 games this year. He played last game, so I'm assuming he will be active. I did not know that this person had a cousin in the league. You're probably not going to get it. Samuel Helenus is Consta's older cousin, and he's played 23 games this year.
Really?
I didn't think they were related. I swear I saw somebody ask online if they were related, and there was no relation.
I looked it up, and I saw that they were cousins. Could be wrong.
Was that the Google AI answer?
I
Don't say
remember.
yes. You better not say yes.
I don't.
Bro sources
No,
Reddit.
I think I was looking. I think
Is Samuel
of the
Hollis even?
websites.
Is he even Finnish?
one of the
JP
websites.
might get
I'm
exposed right here.
Is he gonna get
No, he's
cooked?
He's Finnish. He's
Yeah.
Finnish.
I'm pretty sure he is.
I will fact check.
Cousins. All right, you can fact check. All right, let me get back. They have no former Sabres, Olympic participants. I think this one kind of gets forgotten because of the U.S. But Drew Doughty for Canada, that's interesting. Darcy Kemper for Canada, Joel Armia for Finland, Adrian Kempe, Sweden, and Kevin Fiala for Switzerland. And once again, key of the game, special teams.
Does not look like they're related.
Are you sure?
No, but I feel like it would be more readily available.
Well, it definitely wasn't readily available because I was trying to, on both their Wikipedia pages, it wasn't said, but I thought the one website I looked at said yes.
JP used Grok to fact check this.
I definitely did not use Grok, but whatever. If I'm wrong, whatever. And then the Sabres are at home versus Montreal Saturday at 7. The Canadiens are 28, 17, and 7, tied for third in the Atlantic, but they are first wildcard spot. They're tied for some points, but they do have one more game played. This past week, they beat Minnesota, lost to us, and lost to Boston. They play Vegas and Colorado this week before us, so they definitely have a tough week ahead. And this will be the last time we play in this season. We're currently 2-1 against them, so we could officially win the season series against them. Power play is 8th, and their penalty kill is 26th. Goaltender matchup, Jacob Dubes or Sam Montembeault, as Jacob Fowler was just sent back down to the AHL this week. Dubes played one game this past week. He saved 17 of 20 with a W. Montembeault played twice this week, had 2 losses, and won a combined 30 of 37 with an .811 save percentage. Injuries, Jake Evans and Kirby Dach were both activated off IR, and then Patrick Laine and Alex Newhook will likely return after the Olympic break. This past week, Nick Suzuki had 1 goal and 4 assists, points in his last 5 games. Caulfield is on a heater. He had a hat trick last night against Boston. He scored 5 goals this week. He has scored in games in his last 5 games. He has 8 goals in his last 5 games, so he is on a heater. And Lane Hudson has 1 goal and 2 assists this past week. He's now at 44 assists, which is tied for 6th in the league. Once again, they have no former Sabres. Their participants are Suzuki for Canada, Kapanen for Finland, Texier for France, and Slafkovsky for Slovakia. My key of the game, Suzuki and Caulfield have been on heaters, try and shut them down. And then, once again, massive divisional game, 4-point swing game, officially win the series against them. That will be a massive game, especially depending on how this week goes. So, to conclude, Sabres are at Toronto Tuesday at 7. They're at home against Los Angeles Thursday at 7, and at home against Montreal Saturday at 7. All 3 of these games will be on MSG.
Thank you, JP.
Nice work as always. Aside from one AI source piece of
source,
info.
I made it up.
I'm going to find out if this is true or not.
All right. Another big week.
Mm-hmm.
JP, what's
Keep
the
creating
target?
space.
2-1.
2-1. Heard it here first.
2-1.
Keep winning. Just keep winning. This is probably
and hopefully that loss comes against the Kings.
It's like these next 2 games, like their easiest 2 games going into the break. That's what they got.
Probably, yeah.
Florida back-to-back coming up.
Yep.
Pittsburgh they play, who's been on another heater. They're
Florida
solidifying
back-to-back
themselves
again.
as legit.
How?
Stuart Skinner is a pretty good goalie, turns out.
Stuart Skinner. Whatever happened there?
So, yeah. Big week. You have a chance to potentially really knock off the Leafs here. And then, you get your hands on Montreal one last time. So, it's a big one. But team's playing great. There's been discussion about, I guess we really didn't delve too much deep into it about, we did a little bit about protecting leads and whatnot, and maybe not playing the best 60 minutes all the time, but they're always winning. It's really what it is. It's kind of to be expected, and it's almost good. It's good that they're being taught to hold leads. It's tough. A lot of teams struggle with that. A lot of them. I think the Leafs are one of them. And we saw what blowing leads can do to a season last year. So, hopefully they keep it up.
Yeah.
Get to this Olympic break in one piece and in a good spot. So, until that point,
One more thing.
This guy
Final
with
thoughts.
the one more thing.
Did you see the Rochester Americans jerseys that they're putting out
did
on
not.
Thursday?
Nice. Very
they're
nice.
really nice. It's like
Oh, I
a
need to look
combination
at
of
them. I never got-
the
yeah.
Sabres logo and the Amerks. They're super nice. If they go on sale, like hopefully
oh
there's
my
like
God.
yeah. If there's a limited time selling of them, I will be buying one.
Those are
But
nice.
I don't think currently they're selling it, but they are very cool.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's their what is it? Their
Crossover or something. 1980s throwback.
1980s throwback. So just had to throw
We were
that out
told by
there.
ownership
Those
there's
are
no
very
crossover.
nice.
Is that it? Are you done?
That's it. That's all I got.
Sure. The floor is yours.
Can't think of anything else right now.
All right. On that note, until next time, thank you very much for listening. Be sure to follow us on Twitter at the Sabre Report, also on Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube, and Facebook at the Sabre Report. If you listen to this on YouTube, be sure to like, share, and subscribe. If you want updates for the pod, be sure to follow us at Sabre Report Pod. Go give our friends over at the Buffalo Sports Talk podcast a listen. Boy, do they deserve one. Great episode breaking down the Sean McDermott firing. They did not have the chance to talk about the wonderful press conference we got to listen to. So their next episode will be discussing that, and I'm sure it will be must listen. Talk about a
And-
group of guys that need to be reminded who Terry Pegula is.
Yeah. And they will be going very deep into, head coaching discussions and all that.
Yes, yes. Who's your guys' pick? I'm loving the Udinsky idea.
I like the
I think
Udinsky
I
I
am
really
too.
like it.
I think
That's
I
the only
am
one that
too.
would excite me. Dayball would disgust me.
I don't
Joe
want-
Brady would be hilarious. Actually, scratch that. I hope they hire Brady. That would be hilarious.
I don't want anybody. I don't want any retreads, quote unquote. Like I want someone new, someone from outside the organization, and that does not include Phillip Rivers. Like, I'm sorry, that's crazy if they do that. And I think there was a rumor that came out today that they're serious about this. It's like, oh my
Yeah.
god.
Well, did you see that him, Josh, and it's him, Rivers, and Webb. They all have the same agent.
Oh jeez.
All right.
Yeah, Davis Webb would kind of disgust me a little bit. That one just gives me bad vibes. Even if people like him, that one gives me bad vibes.
He's never even been an OC. Like, I don't know. Udinsky probably is the most exciting.
Mm-hmm. Besides, Kubiak, obviously.
Yeah, Kubiak's there too.
Who
But
might be going to
you
the
have
Super
to
Bowl.
wait a few more weeks. Yeah, if
Yeah.
you go,
Mm-hmm.
you have to wait until the playoffs. So
Mm-hmm.
I think if they don't get Udinsky, then maybe they wait. But I think the Browns are also interviewing him. Like, he's going to be picked up somewhere, I think.
But they will be able, I think the guys over at BST will be able to discuss all of that and more. So on that note, until next time, here's to a Buffalo Sabres team that is legit and is in a Atlantic playoff race, not just the wild card. What a team, man. What a team.
A lot of work still to be done. Keep going.
So here's to hoping they
it going.
continue to climb. See you guys next time. Take care. Stay safe in the cold. And as always, go Sabres.
Go Sabres.
Go Sabres.